another episode of the Sharpshooters Wrestling Video Podcast. I'm Eric.
And I'm Marcus, the grand finale.
And we're coming to you again with a bare table, but, you know, we decided we were going to try to record the show without the original microphones and see how that goes, because what are we doing? We're talking about TNA Live.
They wasn't even working.
Well, because we didn't even use the audio from the last episode. So what we're going to do is talk about our trip that we did on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. Not 100% sure if that means anything to anybody else but in California and people who reside in Mexico.
What does that mean?
My throat just became extremely dry right now. I was having a hard time talking.
We have cold water. I have chilled water for us this time.
All right, well, I might need to get one of those waters. So Marcus,
we're in Bakersfield.
We're in Bakersfield, California. But before we get there, I just want to talk about it's last time TNA, to our awareness, I was in California locally enough for us to go, was November 1st, 2008. That's the last live TNA show that we went to. Knowing that TNA is an East Coast-based company, it's not often that...
What the hell is he doing?
I don't know. It's not often that TNA comes to the West Coast. They came to the West Coast. They had 3 shows. They had a show on Friday in Ontario. They had a show in Bakersfield. And they had a show in Visalia, which is also in the central hub of California. Marcus, I want to let you know something, because you were talking about maybe going to the Visalia show, Marcus. Did you know that show was outdoors on a baseball field?
See, that's the one I would have went to.
I saw pictures.
That's the one I would have went to. The outdoor show. I like outdoor wrestling. But in reality, it seemed like it was the exact same show from what I read. It was the same show. I think it was the same 3 shows they did in both shows.
So,
in which Samoa Joe probably tore the house down in every single night.
So in this episode, what we're going to talk about is our experience of the show, what happened on the show, and I plan on comparing it to the first show that we ever attended, produced by TNA. So when we arrived in Bakersfield, the first thing I would like to say is that the arena was a beautiful arena. I thought the Rabobank Arena in Bakersfield, California was a gorgeous arena, plus parking was only $6, which is always a great thing.
You can't beat $6 parking.
You can't.
I mean, if you go to Dodger Stadium, it's like $15 to park. Or at the Staples Center, you have to drive a mile away to get like $10 parking.
So, also throughout this video, we're going to have some pictures spliced in from the things that I shot while I was there. We may even have some video. Who knows what's going to happen in this show? Marcus is the editing wizard, so he's going to add some things.
Wizard!
Make some fling flames and all that good
fling
stuff.
Farm film.
Anyway, so when we walk into the arena, how they have the ring set up, and then they have like a little backstage area where it looks like Jeff Hardy is autographing some things. I could care less about Jeff Hardy, his autograph.
Whoa. You're like the biggest Jeff Hardy guy.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're like, if there was one guy you would sign in your company with, buddy, it'd be Jeff Hardy.
Well, because Jeff Hardy would make money for me, but I'm not a big fan of him, because he, with all that money he can make for you, it's all that other stuff that he brings with it.
Did you just turn on all the Hardys? Is it official?
Maybe, but Marge, we're not here to talk about my affiliation with the Hardys at this point. We're here to talk about TNA.
You canceled your legal counsel.
So when we walked into the arena, it wasn't many people in the arena. But I assumed people were arriving late and people walking in. That's not the case. It was like a house show for an indie wrestling company, and
I believe tonight in down the street at the Epic Lounge at the NWA Hollywood is doing a show that's $10 fee. I believe they may draw as many people as TNA did at this event, because it was not packed.
It was not packed.
It was not. It was I would say about 300 people in there. That's maybe 3 or 4.
400.
Rough estimate around there.
And
it was really dead.
And so when we got there, we were about 15 minutes to 30 minutes early for the show. So in the middle of the ring is Down West. If you ever been to a TNA show, Down West starts all the shows off slinging merchandise. And Marcus is a proud purchaser of the Down West Brown Bag Special.
I buy all his bull crap. So I bought the Down West, what is it called?
The Brown Bag Special.
The Brown Bag Special. This belt was $10, and the swag bag, like I told you, the Brown Bag deal is the best deal probably going out right now. It's $30, and you get.
Why are you selling stuff at TNA now?
Look at you.
Look at you.
So if you hear about the Brown Bag, then you should get it. And I got this belt. And I'm all about championship belts.
You're all about TNA. You're all about Impact Wrestling now. I get it.
No, I'm not.
Your turn, yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm all about the indie scene. You know that.
These ain't the indies.
You know I'm about the indie scene.
Oh my
I'm all about the Dragon Gates and I'm.
Name somebody from Dragon Gate. Name somebody from Dragon Gate.
USA.
All right, you know what?
This T-shirt. I got 4 DVDs, one of which I think may be decent.
You might want to sit down, Mark. I don't know if you showed the shot.
Oh, me neither. But I got Kevin Nash action figure, and that's another thing. TNA is the only company I know that sells merchandise for people who are no longer in their company.
Well, he said he had a surplus in his warehouse and things like that. But anyway, and at that point, after Marcus purchased his brown bag, John West started throwing things out in the audience, and because of Ryan's height, he was able to catch this Velvet Sky hang-up thing that some guy...
I think it's a flag.
I don't know exactly what it is, but some guy offered a lot of merch trying to
He
get
offered Ryan a max of $2, a Madison Rain flag, the brown bag special. Yeah, the Madison Wayne flag, his T-shirt that he was wearing on his back.
Yeah!
That was the exact same shirt I'm wearing. And this one's the 10-year anniversary book. You got a lot of pictures of Scott Steiner there. And you got Kevin Nash. And I don't believe these are all the DVDs because one of them is in my PlayStation right now. It's the World X Cup DVD. It's
Best of TNA 2007.
This one normally costs $16.99. I got it for $30.
Oh,
all that. But I think the most important thing to come out the brown bag special was the
brown
bag.
It's a beautiful bag right here.
It's a slick bag. And I believe it will be used in future episodes.
I tried to get the back of Marcus. Marcus, do you feel better? Your table's not so naked now.
It is. It's so messy. It looks like my room.
So, the very first match of the night.
Just pimp TNA merchandise like crazy right now.
Pimp their merchandise. I was talking about the brown bag special. I was talking about Don West, the best person in TNA, and to this day he should still be doing commentary.
He's not the best person. The hardest worker in TNA is Jeremy Borash.
Oh yeah, but
and we'll talk about that more as the show goes on. So the very first match of the night was Gunner versus the Pope. First and foremost, I want to say that Gunner is in immaculate shape. I mean, he looks solid. The biggest problem with Gunner is that he's Gunner. He has no nickname. He has no gimmick. He is just Gunner.
If he would have a name like, say, Darren Young and No Days Off.
Yeah.
The Animal Batista.
It's funny because
or the Prodigy.
If anybody visits my website, ericmonte.com, where I post a photo a day from our project. Well, anyway, for this week, I posted pictures from TNA. Well, each picture I gave the nickname of the professional wrestler that was being posted. When I got to Gunner, I just had to call him Gunner. He has no nickname. I mean, it's like he should at least go by no nickname Gunner. Would work out. But anyway, he was going against the Pope. I want to point out that Gunner is a true heel because he went to the audience, got heat. Apparently some kid got hurt, and then Elijah Burke hopped into the audience and checked on the kid, and then we had the match.
Yeah, so pretty much the kid, I guess, got stuck or caught the thing. And then Burke hopped over the rail and, we call him Burke, Pope is pimping. Pope is pimping. Who got a lot of good, got a good reaction. It was one of the most interesting things about this show. I wanted to see how these people's reaction would be on the West Coast or in a facility that wasn't the Impact Zone. And it was Pope got a pretty good reaction. But I guess the next match, I think, the person who got. I don't know.
I got the tie card, Marcus. At this point, Gunner won with a handful of tights, which is hilarious. But afterwards, everybody was in good words. After that, we had Earl Hebner come out, and then of course the chant started. You screw red. And the next thing you know, he pulls out a referee T-shirt that they were slinging at that show, talking about "Yes, I did."
Yeah.
Now,
and then he put on sunglasses, and he really started hitting it up.
At this point, you'll probably see a picture, as we'll talk about, Earl Hebner in his sunglasses, probably being held back.
Right there. I'm gonna point at it, and then no, it's not there, huh?
Anyway, so
hold on.
He was there to referee a match between Winter and Tara, two individuals who have not been on TNA Impact in a long, long time. And I will talk about that later on in the show. But this match was back and forth action between Winter and Tara, with Tara being the winner after she gave the Widow's Peak to Tara.
Tara gave it
to Winter.
Winter.
This was followed by a match that I have no idea why we had to get this match. It was Robbie E. Once again, Robbie E. is in immaculate shape.
You didn't talk about anybody's shape?
No, because he's solid. He's solid. His hair was extremely spiked. Now, someone who's not in so much good shape was Mr. Anderson, who came down to the ring, and then he had to cut a promo. Right, could you just stay still? You distracted me
Man,
back there.
I gotta run. You're
thing.
about to make me pull a Chris Bourbon. You're moving the fuck around back there and bleep, 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 and bleep and bleep and stay at bleep still.
I'm the one who provided these props. Just that.
So we had Anderson versus Robbie E. In this match, I could care less about this match. I mean, there's two individuals. I mean, Anderson, you know, he cut a promo. He acted like he was going to say Mr. Kennedy. The crowd chanted, Mr. Kennedy, blah, blah, blah.
He eventually got a kid to say it.
Yeah, he did.
Or Anderson. And then, but one of the more interesting things, Eric, who would you take right now if you were doing, let's say, pick him out of the lineup and you could make more money off of this person? I would personally say Robbie E. over Mr. Anderson.
I would take
right
Robbie
now.
E. in that situation.
But Anderson, he was over in the crowd. I mean, he had excellent crowd reaction. He was,
We got to find a new person.
Yeah, I mean,
he got to ask
what was
questions.
he
like-
actually?
Hey, continue with your show.
Your show's canceled.
Oh.
Anyway, Anderson was he was over with the crowd. I mean, nobody chanted asshole or anything like that because I don't think nobody cares about that. But they did chant. I think he got one of the loudest reactions the other night.
I actually thought Robbie E. got a bigger reaction when he acted a fool in the middle of the ring, started dancing and stuff.
Well, yeah.
I mean, technically, right now, if you put Robbie E. and Zack Ryder, because you know he is the Mega Doug,
He's
or
Mega
Mega Doug, Zack Ryder, but they can have a decent feud. But at the same, this
I'm
match,
here to stop you and your comedy ethics.
this match just
Take the jersey,
it,
show
it was like
places.
you know, as we talk about how you said Keller or whoever or Bruce Mitchell on the torch said that. A staple of an individual being in great shape is how they can cut a promo after they did a match. Mr. Anderson was not that individual. He was winded. He
I
was
didn't
tired.
understand afterward. He was like, hey,
But, but let's just
So
move
he
on.
sounded like Tomko?
Let's just move on to the curtain jerking match of the night where Kurt Angle just looked like he didn't care. He came out, had this little smirk. You'll see a picture right here, this little smirk. He just didn't look like he was involved in it, and he was going against Jeff Hardy, who, he got a decent pop. It was a lot of Hardy fans in there, but I would have to say, this match disappointed me greatly.
Well, this match, it seemed like both of them wasn't really in it. See, it was a solid match, but when you say Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle, I'm expecting more. I expect them to at least go 15 minutes and give me a really good match. But to me, it didn't seem like they gave as much energy in their match as Gunner and Pope did.
It really did.
And the most disappointing thing about this match is how it ended.
Pretty good.
I didn't get no swanton though.
So,
I
yeah.
didn't get no swanton.
So what are your thoughts on the show other than not getting the swanton?
Didn't get no swanton. It's a TNA show. What did you expect? I got no swanton. I got a whisper in the wind, but it just seemed like it was absolutely no effort on the part of Angle and Hardy, which drove me
Do
crazy.
you think that their lack of effort may have been affected by the lack of crowd there?
No.
And like, you know, we're out here. What's the point in risking injury for 200 and so people?
No.
In Bakersfield, California.
Look, my thing is, if that's the instance, they shouldn't be on the tour. For me personally, and I have a lot to say about the card that I got on that Night of Impact.
Well, you gotta also remember, Angle does have that hamstring injury.
He does, but
that he says
yeah, but
he
still,
has.
TNA has a huge roster, and they could really brought some other people, and I'll talk about that.
2 weeks at Sacrifice, you get your opportunity with Bobby Roode and my World Heavyweight Championship. But as far as tonight goes, here in this dump, here in Bakersfield, California, in front of all these morons, I got news for you. I just got off the phone with my